Hey, how's it going, everybody? In this video, I want to talk about what to do and what to really remember when you get to the point of giving up on, um, you know, being a business owner or an entrepreneur, or if you're a part of network marketing, or if you have a side hustle, pretty much, and you've been working on it and you haven't necessarily seen the success that you want to see at a specific time, right? Because I feel like we have a tendency to kind of want instant gratification or set times where we feel like we should already have something by, and then whenever that time comes and we don't have it, then we give up. And that's like one of the worst things to do is give up. I just want to give y'all some advice. So before I get started, I want to introduce myself. My name is Maury Malvo. I've been network marketing and running my own business now for, well, on again, off again for 4 years. And I say off again because during the times when I took a break from my online business, I was going to school, or I went to school, and I ended up earning my MBA, so Master's in Business Administration, as well as a Bachelor's in Business Administration with a major in marketing. So that's not to say I'm the smartest person ever, no, but I will say that I know what it feels like to want to give up. I know what it feels like to stop for a while and then pick it back up again. But I also know what it feels like to keep on going and to still not give up, even if you have your off times when you're not working on it. The goal is to continue to work on it, or even not even that, continue to learn about it, which I did on my off time. So even whenever I wasn't network marketing, right, I was still going to college, learning about business and how businesses work. So I still was doing something, if that makes sense. I didn't just completely give up on it. But so one of the things to kind of think about when you think about one of the things to think about when you are thinking about giving up is think about a baby. So think about when you were a baby, right? So when you were a baby and you started walking, there were many times when you fell, like you would just fall, right? But even as a baby, you knew not to give up because the whole entire goal was to be able to walk and no longer crawl. So you wanted to be able to walk and then, be able to run, be mobile. You got to kind of think about that in the same way as being a business owner, being an entrepreneur, being a part of network marketing. You got to think about that as well. Just because you fell, just because you didn't close out, or just because you're not getting leads right now, or just because people have told you no and it's not going to work and things like that, does not give you an excuse at all to stop going. So when you are thinking about quitting, you got to remember why you even started from the beginning. What was your whole entire reason for becoming an entrepreneur? What was your whole entire reason of joining a business opportunity? Why did you even do it? And then once you figure out your why and you kind of remind yourself as to, oh, well, that's why I did it, then that will push you in those moments when you feel like stopping. So let's say, for example, my why and the whole entire reason why I started my business is because I didn't want hypothetically speaking, I didn't want my kids to suffer. I didn't want my kids to have to live paycheck to paycheck like me. I didn't want my kids to ever not have the lights on in the house, if that makes sense, or to never not have food in the pantry. So it was kind of like a fear thing to me. Like, it was like, if I quit, then that's going to be my consequences for quitting. So it doesn't matter how hard it gets or how bad I want to quit, I still can't. I have no other choice. I've already made a commitment to do it. So I have to do what I said I was going to do. And so For other people, it is to escape the 9 to 5. So, there are many people out there that do not like their 9 to 5 job. Like, the crazy thing with 9 to 5 is, first of all, when you move up, people are going to be jealous of you either way it goes. You have to know politics. It's not just solely about you performing that's going to get you to the top, right? So it's a whole nother messy thing when it comes to 9 to 5 jobs. And there's also a false security. Like, let's say if the company doesn't have enough money to pay you anymore, because I don't think y'all realize this, but being an employee makes you it's an overhead cost. So what's an overhead cost? It's a cost that the company's got to pay, and they kind of don't want to. So you're kind of like a liability. You're not necessarily an asset. So yeah, that's a whole nother thing that I'm not gonna get into right now. But you got to figure out what help to help yourself. How to help yourself not quit is you have to know what you're driven by. So for some people it's fear, for some people it's their family, for some people it's escaping the 9 to 5. So you have to ask yourself, what would life be like if I do quit? So that's something I had to remember when I was working my 9 to 5. I had to remember what will happen if I quit, working on my side business and just not work on it anymore. Well, as a result, my side business will never have been my main income. And I was able to, leave my 9 to 5 to go full time on my side hustle or my side business. But you have to remember, you have to have that in your mind whenever you feel like quitting. Like when I first started out, I felt like quitting every day. Like every day was hard. It's hard when your parents tell you that shit's not gonna work. It's hard when people are telling you no, it's not gonna work. And a lot of the times they've never even tried it themselves. So it's hard. It's not easy. But one thing that I had to realize is I have to control my emotions. And I can talk about that in another video, the power of controlling your emotions and not getting too emotional. You got to kind of realize that people aren't always going to be on the same level of understanding as you. They're not going to see your vision, and there's nothing wrong with that. Still love them, still see where they're coming from. But also don't forget your vision. Don't get lost in what they have going on. So it's not meant for everybody. If it was meant for everybody, everybody would do it, right? So I feel like if you're watching this video, just remember, you keep on going. It takes consistent effort. A lot of the times we see people, especially in network marketing companies or just on the internet in general, we see 18-year-old millionaires and 24-year-old billionaires, and it just makes you just want to just be like, man, like, wow, why am I not there? It just makes you want to compare yourself. But you got to remember, you don't compare yourself to other people. And that is something that took me forever to learn. My mom used to tell me all the time growing up, stop comparing yourself. Like, stop comparing yourself to other people. Everybody is on their own journey. Everybody's on their own path. And when you understand that, then you understand, hey, even though, you may have somebody in the company or in the opportunity that you're a part of, and they just started out and they're making like, $10,000 a month now, and they just started out like a year ago, and you've been in the opportunity or the company for 4 years, and you haven't even broke even yet, right? But you got to remember that we don't know what that person has done in the background. We don't know. We're only seeing them at their success. We don't know that other 80% of the hard work, the preparation, the studying, the, connecting with people and all that stuff, and how hard they actually work to get there. So we don't know that. But we know that what you should take out of that is, hey, if they can do it, I can do it, but I need to get to work. I'm proud of them for what they got, right? And I love, because, you got to understand that we're all one. So when somebody else wins, you win. Even if you didn't really win, you still won. So you got to have that kind of mindset. It's like, okay, if they can do it, I know I can do it. So instead of comparing yourself and being jealous and giving up, take that energy and say, hey, I'm proud of you. Genuinely be proud of people that become successful and understand if they can do it, I can do it, right? So, and then another thing that you got to kind of ask yourself is, do you hate losing enough to change, or do you hate changing enough to lose? So that's a question that I had to ask myself, especially in the beginning of, network marketing and reaching out, to people and just going through that difficult work that a lot of people run away from. I had to realize that I don't like losing. So if I don't like losing, then what should I do? I have to change. I have to get rid of old bad habits. I have to become more productive. I have to know myself better. I have to be able to control my emotions better. And that's something that I had to do within myself. Now, if you're watching this video, there may be things that you have to change in your life in order to become that person that is, building a team of leaders. So you have to you do have to become that leader. And you have to know that everybody that is in the same opportunity as you, that you see succeeding and having success, they were all in your shoes at one point or another. Now, it may not have been exactly what you're going through, but there are some common denominators and common similarities that y'all may have shared. Like there are people out there that are successful right now, but their first 4 years, they didn't even break even. You just never know. You never know. But you got to realize that all the top people that you see, or all these big entrepreneurs, they all at one point or another felt like giving up. Like, it's inevitable. There are going to be times that you feel like giving up, right? But you got to remember why you started and ask yourself these questions and really self-reflect as to why are you thinking in this way if you've already made a decision to do this business, to execute this business plan. You already made the decision. So I'm gonna end it there. It takes time. Be patient, but consistently work on yourself, work on your business, work on growing and developing, and it will pay off over time. Just because you're not seeing the money come in right now does not necessarily mean that it's not going to come in the future. So with that being said, if you like content like this, be sure to subscribe, hit the like button, leave your thoughts and your opinions down below. And also, if you're looking for an opportunity, and I'm not just looking for anybody, I'm looking for somebody that is willing to become a leader, somebody that is coachable, somebody that is interested in financial growth and education. Because one thing about the school system is they don't teach us enough about financial education. They don't teach us enough about, retirement. They don't teach us enough about investments and stocks and mutual funds. They don't. And Roth IRAs, they don't teach us that, right? But so if you're looking for that kind of opportunity, be sure to check out my calendar, schedule an appointment with me. You'll be able to talk to me, see exactly what it is I do. Only serious inquiries only. I respect your time. Please respect my time. I have to throw that out there. But and then you'll also get a chance to meet my coach, probably one or two of my coaches, and you can see exactly what it is that we do. And if it aligns with something that you're really interested in, by all means, I'm always open to work with people, but I'm only looking for people that are serious. And with that being said, I'll see you on the next video. Peace.